myself that things will really change. Because when you're in a circumstance or you're in a situation, you just have to tell things will change. I think there's something powerful about the Holy Spirit living within us, because even though the circumstances are not saying or agreeing with what the inside is saying, we are able to push through simply because of there's something within us that tells us, man, one day there shall be light, one day things will change. I remember writing this book. That's when I just had this thing, or things will change. Write this book anyway, write it, because I was not in a good space in my life when I wrote this book. That's why it is titled Awakened to Become. I was in a space where I had to decide whether I go with the flow or I choose something greater for myself. And that it's not only speaking to me, but it speaks to, because this book speaks more about generational patterns. I am my family, I am my roots, right? So I had to decide, are you going to just go with the flow, even if you see that in your family, or rather where you come from, there are patterns that are holding you back? Because when you see that something is really destroying you, look at the pattern. My grandmother's generation, my mother's generation, and my generation, look what is similar. What is similar? Is it that it is a norm at home as a family? I mean, that's a red flag. It's something that you can't even take as a norm. Is it that in your family you are people by accepting even if things are not working out? That's why most black families would say, but nothing will happen, because it's a pattern that has been happening in a family. Are we that family that will accept you are that family? It's okay for people to just see you as poor, as there's no element of respect connected to it. So you have to study those things. So I had to study my generational patterns, and I'm grateful in the process of studying is there are good generational patterns, and also there are bad generational patterns, which I had to sit down as Khaugelo Masichaba to say, are you okay with this? Are you okay with, you are from a lineage of power, a lineage of respect, of leadership, of authority. How are you going to claim that? I mean, we want to see light, but who must be the one holding the light to say this is how we are going about it? So I had to be the one to decide, I want to be the generation that says this is what our grandparents fought when they said we are great. This is an example of what they meant when we are saying this is greatness we are speaking about in our lineage. And that takes you dealing with things that are the patterns that are not working within your generation, to say you can't accept that it's okay for you to believe that you are poor and nothing can come out of your generation. You can't accept that. You can't accept that you can't be successful and embrace your purpose and live your purpose fully without having to care what people say about you. Because greatness goes along with, having to deal with criticism. It's okay, but when the vision was whispered to, you've got to live it and ensure when you live it, it's not only for you. Even those who are coming after me will see there was Masichaba in our generation who was able to say enough is enough. I shall be the light. I shall represent greatness. I shall be the woman who said, I'm not going to go down and accept things that are unacceptable. I'll be the light that I want to see, the change that I want to see. I will be the success. And I defined it according to how God has created my life, or created me to be, or the purpose that I have to. That's my greatness. It doesn't have to look like somebody else, because those who are coming after me will have, even if they come across challenges, but they will remember. I will be in the history books. They will remember there was Khaugelo Masichaba who had to have courage to write this book, to say, even when it gets hard, refer to this book, to say she went through it, but she overcame it. So this song, when I was writing this book, it had to keep me going, to say one day, one of the good days, my generation, my family name will be honored simply because of the choices and the decisions that I've made. And I'm not doing it for myself, because purpose is not only connected to me, it's connected to those who have to, benefit from it. That's why even when it gets hard, I can't give up. because giving up, I'm teaching those who are coming after me that they should give up.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. So Mduduzi played an important role there. Shout
Yeah.
out to this song.
Gaguzo. Now I want us to talk about a trans life 360.